Hey everyone, Ryan Khan here, and welcome to another video. First of all, I'd like to thank everyone for 100 subscribers. I'm very happy today, and I decided to make a voiceover video for a change, and hopefully you like it. If you do let me know in the comments below, and without any further ado, let's get into the video. So, this won't be a traditional pure fiction guide because I think there's already a ton of videos on that, but rather I'll walk you through the battle itself and show you step by step how I overcome this version of pure fiction without a DoT team, even though it's it really revolves around DoT teams this time. So let's head over to pure fiction and talk about it. So pure fiction is basically an endgame instance, which is very similar to Memory of Chaos. The main difference between the two is mainly with the way they both work. For example, Memory of Chaos mostly focuses on how much damage your teams can deal, I guess, roughly speaking. You have elite mobs, you have bosses that have a ton of HP, and if you have a damage dealer, regardless of what path the character is following, like destruction, hunt, even nihility or erudition or whatever, as long as you can dish out enough damage, you can pretty much clear Memory of Chaos without too much problem. I'm assuming that you want to get a perfect clear in both instances. Now, what happens in pure fiction is that you are time gated, but in a slightly different way. First of all, you have 4 cycles, and you are supposed to deal as much damage, kill as many mobs, and get as much score as you possibly can before those cycles end. And then it gets a little trickier because in this kind of a mode, after each cycle ends, you retain your action forwarding state. So for example, if you're in Memory of Chaos and your character uses a skill that forwards his or her action by 100%, but as soon as that happens, you move to the next cycle. Now that forwarded state is now reset because the cycle has ended. That does not happen in pure fiction. Anyway, that's not important. What's important is how you should deal with the mob lineups in pure fiction as compared to what you do in Memory of Chaos. So in pure fiction, you'll mostly be facing large number of mobs, not necessarily elite mobs, but mostly smaller mobs that don't have much HP, which means that having AoE units matters more than having units that deal a ton of damage. So that automatically puts any unit that follows the path of the erudition much better than any other path, for example destruction or the hunt. Just so for anybody who doesn't know, hunt characters mostly focus on single target damage. Destruction path is kind of like a mix between AoE and single target, because they can do blast type damage, which is basically an AoE, except you don't hit the entire lineup in front of you, but rather usually you hit around 3 enemies, dealing the most amount of damage to the middle enemy, and then a fraction of that damage to the mobs around or adjacent to that enemy. So, okay, that said, quickly we can break down what characters you want to use in this mode. So, erudition characters include Herta. She's a 4-star ice unit. I think she's fairly easy to obtain. Then we have Himiko, who's a 5-star standard erudition fire damage dealer. You may or may not have her, but if you do, congratulations. She is god tier in pure fiction, just like Herta or any other erudition unit. If you pulled Argenti is one of the best, if not the best unit in pure fiction as of late. And as I'm going to show you guys just now, brute force does not matter as much as having the right unit does in pure fiction. And speaking of that, this pure fiction is a bit trickier because if you read the blessing, or like the buff that you get in this purification, it says increases DoT or damage over time taken by enemy targets by 50%. Okay. Enemy targets that receive DoT have their damage dealt reduced by 35%. After they're attacked, their action is forward by 35%. So as you can see, it's purely focused on damage over time type units. Now that makes it even trickier because that's a very specific kind of a team. We're talking about Kafka, we're talking about Sampo, we're talking about Luca, we're talking about Black Swan. So if you have a DoT team, this should be fairly easy for you. But if you don't have a DoT team, the next best thing you can do is use erudition units. Or if you have really strong destruction units, you can also pull it off with those. And by pull it off, I mean obtain a total of 60k points or higher. Now, in Pure Fiction, you can assign each team with another buff. You see node 1, you can add one of these 3 buffs. Now, unfortunately, just like the Whimsicality add-on, you have these 3 buffs and they're all focused on DOTs. So when an enemy takes DOT, adjacent targets also take DOT, blah blah. As you can see, my first team I'm gonna use is my Dan Heng, my hyper carry Dan Heng, with 2 buffers and Locha as the healer. See, I do not have a DOT team and I don't have a ton of erudition teams, so I figured that this is the best I can do. My Dan Heng is super cracked. I'll show you the stats and everything in the end. So he kind of pulls it off. But if you don't have a super cracked destruction unit, you may be a little underwhelmed by what you can pull off. But anyway, the middle buff says that after allies attack enemies, inflicts wind shear on the target, causing the target to take set amount of wind DoT at the start of every turn. So this is, I guess it's not amazing, but this is the best thing I could choose, because Libel and Defamation is like completely useless because this team has no DoT damage whatsoever. But for second team, I have Herta and I have Himiko. Now, Herta does not have DoT damage, but Himiko does. Himiko applies fire DoT stacks on the target, so we can go ahead and use this and gain some sort of a benefit from that, I guess. It's only gonna shine if you have an entire DoT focused team. But anyway, enough talk. Let's get inside the battle and I'll walk you through step by step so you can see how you can deal with this Pure Fiction mode even though you don't have DoT characters. Let's go. Alright, first of all, never forget to use her technique. I'm gonna use twice, so she has her energy maxed out. Locha uses his one, boom. Rania uses her technique. Dan Heng uses his technique, boom, let's go. Okay, first of all, straight off the bat, guys, do not hit the elite mob. I know you wanna kill the big mob first, you know, but don't. Because A, it's too tanky. B, you want to kill as many units as you want within these 4 cycles. And another reason not to do so is these exploding mobs. These mobs are extremely useful because if you can just kill this mob, it'll explode and deal a set amount of damage and apply a strong debuff. I believe it's either a damage amp buff or a defense shred. Not sure, but it's a debuff, you get the point. Kill this, it explodes, deals damage to the elite mob. Another exploding mob arrives. Rinse and repeat. This way you end up killing more smaller mobs and eventually kill the elite mob with collateral damage. Okay, so let's buff Dan Heng. Let's use Tiyun's ultimate. Give Dan Heng what he needs. Use Rania's buff. Now, look, if I focus the elite mob, I'm gonna deal less damage on her. I might kill the mobs just because my down hung is too strong. But it's way better if I focus the exploding mob and the small mob adjacent to it and do some collateral damage to the elite mob, because it also guarantees that I kill the exploding mob. Just like that. Boom. Boom. Already took out a chunk of her HP, and she got debuffed, and she got the wind DoT on her. And now we rinse and repeat. Killed both adjacent mobs. Exploded. Dealt damage again. Resisted. Beautiful. Okay. Locha's ultimate is charged. I didn't really need to, but I did it just so my Danhung gets a rain return stack. Just so you know. Rain return is a stack that you may not be familiar with because your Danhung needs to be E6. Okay. Let's buff Danhung some more. Okay, now we need Danhung's ability to be charged, so we won't use E on Bronya. Auto attack. I think we can go ahead and hit the elite mob now because he's debuffed. And yep, there she is, dead. Next wave. We don't need to waste time buffing, we can simply use our ultimate, because remember, pure fiction, 4 cycles, kill as many mobs as you can. Boom. Boom. Probably could have used just 2 enhances, but eh. Alright, there's auto attack with Locha. Buff Danhung. Ultimate is ready. Danhung. His ultimate is almost ready. I'm gonna go ahead and do double charge attack. We can go ahead and use Bronya's ultimate. Hyper buff the entire team. Crit damage boost as well as attack boost. Followed up by Danhung's ultimate. My Danhung is E6, and as you know, his second Idoran forwards his action by 100%, so I get to go once again. Boom, 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 bam. Wrecked.
You chose the wrong
Okay,
enemy.
just gained a skill point. Another skill point. Auto heal by Locha. Let's use Locha's ultimate, get that feel, get that regen, as well as the attack boost.
You'll pay for this. Lend me your strength.
Sense a storm. Heavens break.
There are those 3 mobs. Let's go ahead and use Danhung's ultimate once again. Simple slap should do it. And now, here's another important part. Now, I know for a fact that I cannot kill Yan Qing simply because he has too much HP, and it would be a waste to just focusing him down for the very reasons that I just told you earlier. Same formula that you applied on the elite mob. So let's go ahead and simply nuke this instead. Do some collateral damage. Take some of his toughness off, kill the fish blows up, deals damage and applies a debuff. Auto attack with Locha. Alright. I hope he doesn't stun my... Oh, he does. No problem. Tenjin's ultimate is ready. Group of Danhung. Bronya is out. Okay. So we can just use auto attack, and let's go ahead and use Danhung's ultimate once again. Kill these 2 fish. Free heal from Locha, thank you very much. Let's go ahead. kill these two mobs. Sadly, Bronya was frozen, otherwise I could have forwarded my action once again. And oh my god, okay, that's really unlucky. Oh man. Okay, so now I've pretty much lost the chance to forward my action. See, so this is a good example of why it is so important to forward your action. Because, so because I wasn't able to forward my action, I was only able to get a score of 24k. If I had forwarded my action, I could have gotten probably like another 5k, because I would have forwarded my Danheng's action, he would have killed a few mobs, he would have gotten his ult back, which I just saw was back, but I was too busy talking and preoccupied and I forgot to use it, damn it! If I used his ultimate, I could have overridden the zero cycle and gone once again, because as I said, he has his E2 already and his action would have been forwarded by 100%. So that gives you more context and a good example of how important it is to have action forwarding in your team, as well as units that are really fast. Okay, anyway, go ahead and use our techniques on team 2. Boom and boom. Okay. Erudition units are just so fun to use in this mode. Let's see. See, now her skill is going to hit everyone since she's an erudition unit. Bam! There goes Herta with her follow-up attack. Boom! There goes, sorry, Himiko with her follow-up attack, and Herta with her follow-up attack. One maze. one maze. Ultimate.
Every petal and all will be swept away by the wind.
Followed up by Herta's ultimate, which once again hits the entire lineup. And there goes Himiko with her. Oh, and Herta with her, and Himiko with her follow-up attack, and Herta with her follow-up. Jeez. As you can see, erudition units are quite a thing in this mode. And boom, 183,000. I mean, for a standard unit, come. Boom, boom, boom. My god. And then we have our ultimate once again. Boom, boom, boom. And follow-up attack. These two girls are destroying these guys. Okay. One maze skill. I lose auto attack. Jeez, we did not even get hit this whole time.
Time for an overhaul.
Okay. Oh my god. Goes ultimate. Boom. There goes Horta once again. Oof. Oof. And there goes Herta again with her ultimate. Follow-up attack. My goodness. One maze skill. Button's auto attack.
Every petal, all will be swept away by
Use
the wind.
ultimate. I think we better heal before somebody dies.
So this is the warmth of life.
Let's go ahead and use Nico's skill. Boom.
You are fighting a champion. Push forth all your might.
Huh.
Eternal.
Ooh, thanks for hitting Herta, and then we use her ultimate. Kaboom! My god. You could even use Jing Yuan in this scenario, because Believe it or not, Jing Yuan is absolutely cracked for all the reasons we've just talked about. Oof. And there's our Bronze's ultimate.
Let duel commence.
Some value, I suppose, existence of unity.
And there's Bronze's
All will be
ultimate once
swept
again.
away by the wind.
See, the good thing about erudition units is that you really don't have to worry about who you're going to focus, because you're literally going to hit everyone
You're fighting
against you with your skill, all your ultimate.
I have some people.
You know who this big diamond? It's all yours. You won't get away.
deflection.
Time to twirl.
God damn. Ooh,
Challenge.
wow.
Plant on you.
There's more to life. Eternal. Every petal, all will be swept away by the wind.
Do we have any hope? Nah, unfortunately we don't,
Forth all your might.
because we don't have any ultimate on, but you get the point. The first one was incredibly suboptimal because of the freezes on Bronya, but who cares? I've already cleared this. So there you have it, guys. There's an example for you on how you can deal with this pure fiction. It's really annoying, not gonna lie, and I wasn't thrilled when I read all the add-ons for DoTs, because I don't have a DoT team and I won't have one in the near future because I didn't focus on them. But hey, doesn't matter. You can get around stuff. Brute force or erudition units or whatever you can make use of. So there you have it, guys. Here's a sort of a guide / walkthrough for you, and I hope you enjoyed the video. And let me know in the comments below if you like this voiceover, or if you'd like me to if there's any particular thing you'd like me to cover. I'm all ears. Just let me know in the comments. And thank you so much once again for 100 subs. Keep watching, and I'll try my best to make better videos, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thank you guys. Bye bye.